What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mar Reacts in the building, man. We here for another reaction, man. I'm on the road, man. We gonna be reacting to $1 million worth of game interviewing Kevin Hart. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's get it. Let's.
Motherfuckers just say they can do what they put their mind
You know
to.
what? I don't think you can make a song. Let's go in the studio.
I already had 2 songs. What are you talking about?
Oh, damn.
See, but back then it was different.
Yeah.
It was different. Them niggas, the drugs them niggas was on back then. See, it all started, they was kicking, and then Eddie was like, I could do this shit, and Rick was like, nigga, you can't do this shit.
Well, Rick was on the drugs. We can't put the drugs.
You can't put that.
Rick was fucking with the drugs.
But any nigga that hung with Rick, shit.
I mean, you
Gil, hold, Gil.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people that fuck.
I'm going to straight up. Gil, when you was smoking dust blunts and coke blunts, I didn't smoke. I was watching.
No, you wanted to test it though, but you was too young.
No, I caught a couple contacts, but you was smoking.
And I don't want to throw the interview off.
got
Let's just back up
contact
to what the exact definition of a dust blunt and a coke blunt is.
A coke blunt was him. He was smoking a Rambo. A Rambo make you
Do me a
Rambo.
favor. Let's just go back one more time. So a rainbow is what?
A Rambo is
I
crack
got contact
cocaine.
hot before.
It's cooked. It's powder cocaine. It's weed and it's PCP. And after he smoked
Boy,
that, he
was
strip
back
out,
in my
get a
ass.
fight, get tough. It was called the Rambo.
First of all, everybody knew that was Rolly. That wouldn't be.
No, that was you. Don't
Everybody
put
knew
that on nobody
Rolly.
else. That was you.
Yeah, what part of life was you at when you decided?
This when we was young. He was 19 at the time. I was 16. This
That's
be
when you.
Erie
We
Ave
went to
days.
jail.
We used to be on Bavaria Street, and he used to get.
I remember Gil Area Avenue.
Kev, do
I
you
remember
clean
Stick Up Gil.
Erie Avenue?
Absolutely.
Oh, all right.
PA all day.
I was about to say.
Okay, I remember Stick Up Gil in some of his glory. Like there was a
Glory. It wasn't no glory there.
There was a time when
Like
nobody wanted to
Kev
be
had
around
the chain
him.
out like one time.
He said nobody wanted to be around him.
Yeah. There was a time when no, that nigga there gonna get it. You gonna catch one being.
No, you hyping this nigga up.
No, he not. No,
I'm
he
dead
not.
ass. The
He know.
association of Gil was like, nah, man, that motherfucker, he got a lot going on. He got a lot going on. You don't want to be in that motherfucking vicinity. If they come back,
Him?
yeah.
I was in jail. I can't believe this
You know
shit.
what it was? It was like eventually they gonna get revenge. That's what it was.
And don't be around, 'cause
Yeah,
he's
don't
doing
be
dumb
around. That revenge coming. Unless you want to throw some of that goddamn straight confetti, I'm not gonna be around that. I speak to Gilly from the distance. What up, Gil?
You ain't
What
shit. You ain't shit.
Can't hide you, not today. My mom told me that she got.
Hey, now his
sir.
wine bottle low
He
key
was
raw
on some
though.
dumb shit. He was nobody.
No, man.
I said
was all
wine.
hype,
That's
kid
crazy.
hype.
No, dead ass.
This
I
liquor
will
bottle,
not
I
come
don't
on
know
this
what
show
y'all call it.
and shit on the
Liquor
legend
in
attached to
Missouri.
Gil's
I don't know
name.
what y'all
Can I
call
say
it.
this? Can I
You
ask
gotta
you
give him
one?
his
Can I ask you one question?
It's liquor in
This
Missouri.
episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to
Yo.
you by New Amsterdam Vodka.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm telling you.
Lose and Choose was definitely. Now I don't know how many concerts Gil had there, but I know Lose and Choose.
The bus stop. He did go to the bus stop. He know these spots. He know I'm not lying.
I'll give him. No bullshit. I'll say New Market Cabaret maybe.
Yeah.
Back in
I
the
never
the
did
front
no
of this thing is
fucking
the-
lose and
listen.
Lose and
choose.
Choose. He said you
He
said
did,
Lose and
he did a
Choose.
show in the parking lot.
The
F
Stinger.
Stinger.
At the Stinger. He may have done the Stinger.
So what I'm saying is,
But that's on the grind. You gotta go through the Stinger. You can't get to the.
It was 10 years in the game,
Yeah,
man.
you
That was
can't
in the-
get to the top. Come on, Gil. You didn't fucking
Now,
do
now,
that.
now,
All right,
now,
okay,
I was in
okay,
jail. I was in
okay,
jail.
now, hold on.
I was in jail. Hold
So
on.
what? Go ahead.
I was in jail. And I need to know this, Kev.
Okay.
So
These niggas.
this
is
when you was
streets.
doing your thing, you was on your come up. And I called home, talking to Gil. He said, man, he was with my aunt Gil, his mom. Man, she did some crazy shit last night. I said, well, was it a time that you went to a Gil party and my aunt was on some crazy shit?
I gotta be honest with you, man. No, I've never seen your aunt on crazy shit. I've never seen Gil in a party-like environment through that period. I knew about Gil. I knew about the streets. I knew about Major Figures. I knew about all the successes they were having in that time. But you gotta remember, I was a guy in the hood, from the hood, but that wasn't acting with the hood. Like I wasn't allowed to do all the shit.
Yeah,
didn't
I
have
mean,
all that
me
freedom.
either.
I was a dude with all the extracurricular activities. I was on the swim team. I was fucking
I
going
was on
way out to
football
the
team.
Northeast. I was
Basketball
going
team.
out to New York. I was in Virginia.
You was on the swim team.
I was on the swim team. PDR. Philadelphia Department of Recreation. That movie called PDR is based off of my swim team.
All right, now,
That was a bootleg swimmer.
I was like, call me bootleg if you want, brother. I'm the real deal.
he's a real deal. He can swim from here to Africa.
I'm the real fucking deal.
But I want to say this, Kev.
You think my fucking body is like this
Yeah.
by accident? Nigga, this
No,
is,
because you work out every fucking
No,
morning.
this is a natural
you eat
physique.
You eat grass and grapes.
I have a swimmer's physique.
I like that.
They refer to us swimmers when I say us. I'm talking about me and Michael Phelps. They talk about us. They talk about us in a certain manner. Yeah.
Hey, listen. Now, listen. I want to ask a real
Damn,
question.
Michael Phelps.
You said something that's very important, and I think a lot of people hear this. A lot of young people hear this. You said you had real activities in your life because you had a parents that, not saying nothing to nobody else's parent, that focused on making sure that you was busy and you was active.
Yeah.
How important was that? And because a lot of parents are going to hear this.
That's
to
very
the success of you
And
today.
it was that was extremely important.
Yes.
I mean, you're in the inner city, so
Yeah.
in any environment, hood, no hood.
My parents didn't allow me to go
kids without
outside.
Activities have nothing. but
If
time
I did,
on
I was
you
coming
got the
home with
time
an
on
ass
your
whoop.
hand. That's when you get, that's when you get stupid. That's when you do dumb shit. Right?
Okay,
That's when
I
you
like
get-
that.
That's when
Yeah.
you get to that.
I think what it is today, I think if parents are strict on their like children, that child end up doing worse things that they would have if they end up getting a little bit of freedom. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of the females end up pregnant because they got strict parents, which that don't even make sense, but it makes sense. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I feel like that made sense. A lot of females end up pregnant because their parents are strict. They don't let them do nothing, so they feel like they gotta go do it. Like, why you don't want me to have this fun? So now I'm gonna go have this fun, sneaking out the house, all that other type of stuff.
You just be
Maybe
running
I'm
around.
just
Well, that's
talking.
when you don't have nothing to do, so you creating shit to do.
You remix the shit.
Let's play knock a nigga in the head today.
Let's rob somebody.
Yeah, today look like a good day to take somebody's sneaks, right? Like this.
Yeah.
You start doing that type of shit. I was, what do they call it? I was being constructive with my time. And my mom made sure that I didn't have any free hours. So from 8 a.m. in school to 7 p.m. at night or 8 p.m. at night, I had shit to do. I didn't have the world of freedom to go out, hang out. I wasn't on the stoop. By the way, not that I didn't want to be on the stoop, because I did. I wanted to be on the stoop. I
wanted to be out there
I wanted to
with
be
us.
out there.
Yeah,
I wanted
to
to
be
sit
out
out
there
there and talk shit with my friends and
You
know
had
do what was
dreams.
deemed
But
to
I
be
had to
cool.
worry
You had
about
dreams of
damn,
hanging with us on the
my
corner,
mom
baby, yeah.
looking for me.
Absolutely.
Something like
I'm not even gonna
that.
sit
That's what I have
here
to worry
and
about.
fake this if
So
I did.
really didn't have
My
fun
brother was
outside.
a
You know what I'm
part.
saying?
Yes, he
Like,
was.
my brother was the real deal from our household.
that's what made me
He
today,
had
though. I
those
appreciate
things.
that.
So
At first, I
my
hated it.
credibility came from the credit that he got, and
That's one
that's
thing.
my
Though.
pack.
I hated like not being able to go outside and having to work for everything that I've gotten. But that's what made me the person I am today. I'm not lazy. I go get whatever I want when I want to go get it. Like I just bought over $2,000 worth of PC and the whole streaming setup because that's what I wanted to do. And now, if my parents just gave me everything that I wanted, I probably wouldn't be in California playing football still. So I feel like when parents need to be like strict to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they need to give you space. They need to be open to the things you want to do, but also not give you handouts. Because if you get a handout, you're gonna be 80, 85 and still thinking how to fucking I don't know what I'm talking about.
Asses to walk around and be free and cool.
I don't know
Nobody
what
fucking
I'm
came
talking
from.
about.
So those badges were earned; they weren't given. But I didn't have to do the shit that he did, and he made all the dumb mistakes. So my mom was like, "I'm not gonna let you do the shit that I let him do." He didn't have the curfew. He roamed and did what the fuck he wanted. My brother was in and out of jail, sold drugs. Went to the army. Out of the army, he was that child. So with me, they didn't give me the free range. So swim team, basketball team. You talk about doing school programs in the summertime, furthering your education, all of that shit. I didn't have a choice. So the stricter side of life is what was presented. And I'm glad. Like you don't reap
Yeah,
the benefits
fuck
of
yeah.
that until you get older.
That's see what I'm saying.
And you're like, okay,
See what
what
I'm
do I do?
saying?
What does all that shit
I
do
didn't even
for
know he
me?
was gonna say that. I'm glad that happened.
I'm consistent because of it.
He's
I
really
don't do
said what I
anything
just said.
halfway. And the idea of not being mentally occupied is frowned upon to me. Like that's the worst. That's the worst.
exactly why I went to go grab
to
this.
not have something to do or to not have a goal or something that I'm working towards,
This is really why I got this PC.
I don't
because,
understand
bro,
what life
hello.
would be, but that's embedded in me.
So it definitely taught you discipline.
Absolutely, and you know, when you start to see those that made it and those that didn't, I don't fault anybody in their choices, but you see the circumstances that came from my environment, right? And you know, not a lot of them end up being positive. It's a one-way road, and that road either ends to death or jail, and we lost a lot of
People from area.
a lot of fucking people, a lot of people that I really knew. No,
The problem is that
in jail or
a lot of
dead.
people think
Came
motivation
from my fucking-
is going to take them somewhere.
My space of comfort, where
That's
I
not
lived,
true.
where
Motivation
I operate on the
eventually
day-to-day
dies
from
down.
the goddamn apartment to
Then
the
it gotta
bus
turn
stop
into
to school,
dedication.
from seeing the people. What up? Hey, what's
What
going on?
motivated me?
Speaking,
Well,
book bag in hand,
I'm a,
kid in hand, and you
Watch
slowly
the
stop
person that
seeing
motivated
people.
me to start getting
And the
in gym
stories
again.
never change.
In the
It
next
was-
video.
It was
Such
all,
and such got shot.
yeah, it was
Such
all
and
the
such
same.
got locked up.
Let me ask you
Yeah,
this.
they got indicted.
Yeah, all the same.
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is
No.
brought to you by SiriusXM. Offer details of
No.
To other places, it's tough because the support that the city gives to you only comes after you have proven yourself.
yes.
It is not automatic.
Mm-hmm.
It is not because you from the city, because you get on the stage, because you think you got talent. We're supposed to back and support. It's earned, and
that's what I'm doing now.
comedy, you know, in the city,
I'm
that
earning
shit
the
was
people
tough.
respect.
Like that's like you're performing in front of the people whose idea of laughing in the beginning is laughing at your demise. Our idea of laughing isn't laughing at you being funny. It's in hopes of you going up, not being funny, because that's what we find the funny. Like you,
Right.
I was in the environment where the niggas was showing up, right? Like the amateur nights where you just got 15 niggas and they sitting out there and they come for the boo. They come for the ignorance. So you build a nice world of fuck it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and if this one I'm gonna do, then I'm gonna do it. And then the confidence grew as you start making them laugh. If I'm making y'all laugh, then I'm gonna be all right.
Because y'all vicious.
If I'm making y'all laugh,
Right.
I'm gonna be okay. If I'm starting to turn the tables and this room is starting to turn over, these people are starting to turn over, my confidence is starting to get better. And when you start to get people show up, I remember amateur nights when people used to show up, and we hope Lil Kev the Bastard is coming to perform. We hope that guy's coming back. I started to get a little bravado about me. And then the comics. I can shout out to the Philly comics, man. I can go down from Ray Gordon, Buck Wild, Big J Okerson at the time, Tommy Too Smooth. I can go Keith Robinson. I can go, of course, my guys, Spancourt, Naeem Lynn. But back then, Denny Live. God, I gotta go. D Lee. I gotta go. Like there was this room of funny, and this room was deemed Philly funny. Like the people that were. I gotta go B Flat. The comedians, men, women that were in this room that were part of this environment. They were the shit.
And let me ask you the question. When you was back in that environment, at that time, was it looking like you was going to be the one that go?
No. And here's why, because you don't know what that means.
Yeah, I feel like everybody think that though.
You're not associating stardom with the craft in the beginning.
Yeah.
The stardom is being amongst the peers that are doing it.
Right.
The stardom is being able to get on stage time. The stardom is the city going,
Yeah.
that's my idea of stardom. That's my idea of making it at that moment. So every tier that presented itself became the next idea of what was stardom.
Right.
You don't see this level
Right.
until the level presents itself. You're like, oh shit. And you look back and you go, God damn, I was all the way back there and I'm now.
Right.
So the idea of movies, the idea of touring arenas, that was not the idea. That was not what I was doing for. I was doing it because I was like, this is what I want to do, man. And Eddie Murphy, the coolest motherfucker alive. Damn, man, if I could only, I just want to get on stage. I want to feel that. I want to get that love. How do I get that love? That was the goal. So Philly put me in a position to not care about the doubt.
Right.
Right? Like you once I started to make a little teeny bit of money doing comedy in Philly, well then I felt like I can
make it all over.
yeah,
the world.
I can go and do it. And then the transition was to New York. But it started in Philadelphia.
As soon as you get that
Philadelphia
first
to this
paycheck,
day is a place where people do fucking there's like a little hesitation. Like, God damn, man, I don't feel like dealing with these people.
Right.
Oh fuck.
Right.
Go to Philly, goddamn.
you know what I'm saying? He had a motivation.
Rough.
Yeah,
He had a
there's
motivation.
always a
and then
little
that
inkling
motivation.
of in coming to
end up
Philly.
leaving.
So you can't
Yeah, but it turned to
you can't
that
rock my world of
motivation.
confidence because of my upbringing, my environment, and what I was true to, especially in the place of comedy. And those comedians, I can say those comedians in the beginning that I developed around, you know, they got a lot to do with it, right? Those attitudes, those personas, that environment is necessary, is needed. You become a product of it. So you're feeding off of that thing that you're around.
Right.
So that was my environment. The Laugh House Comedy Club, the Newmarket Cabaret, oh my God, Lakey's. You talk about rooms, you talk about him performing, you fucking around. I was in those spots. Like,
35 people type dude.
no, less. I was in the
But he was rapping it.
crab
Like,
shacks.
he was rapping it.
My last video got
Bro,
like,
my ride
75
was
views.
to the joints. My shit was
and I'm gonna be posting like 3
renting out
times
the
a day.
motherfucking skate
So
room
eventually that's
with
gonna
3,000
go up
kids
and
there.
go up
You
and go.
know,
And
like,
then if it's
smack
done,
over there shaking
No,
his
he
ass.
taking
So
me
what
2,
you
3,
talking
4
about?
years.
You was doing
to get
you was doing
1,000
karaoke
subscribers,
night
100
at
subscribers,
prison.
I'm gonna do it.
You know what I mean? You
It
was
really
on
is.
something.
It really is tough while that you try to throw all this
My
amazing,
motivation
like, these
started.
I don't know. You try to come
Now
to
I
these
become
niggas,
a
but you
dedicated.
was in jail.
Right.
You do know
That's
that.
it. I was.
Yeah, I know. There's
You
not a
was
lot
in
to
it.
do there.
Right.
No, I was doing that like
You
3
was in
jobs.
that Christmas carols with your motherfucking Sally on the 24th.
Yeah.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire and all that little dumb ass shit. We was out here really.
I was getting the
living.
bag. See, every Christmas time.
You was
the
getting
night
a bag.
before.
You wasn't getting
Yeah.
no bag.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about that
It's a
bag.
quarter.
It's a bag
It's
that
a
they give you.
25 cents.
They give everybody a bag with all these little different snacks in there the night before in jail.
No, that was the night. That was the day you wasn't Muslim, huh?
No, everybody. A lot of dudes not Muslim on that day. They take the bag. What do you mean? I'm not saying they're not Muslim, but they take the bag.
Spade, you bought a wow.
I mean,
Wow. The skating ring,
Yeah, like
dances, all that. I mean, that's, you're talking about.
that was in days, man.
You're talking about a different time, man.
They still do that in
You
Missouri,
want niggas
skating
fucking
rink Sunday
pull up and
night.
dances.
Oh my God.
Was he was damn dancing machine.
You
Left
want-
out that bitch with the wettest pair of jeans you've ever seen.
That was my joint too. I used to
So
always
both of y'all go in there dance for 4 hours. Don't leave with no
Don't
buzz.
get no ass.
No,
That's cool.
listen.
Could you see Kevin at burn?
I mean, hey, I will tell you, I will
He
tell
was
you
doing it
confidently. I left out
Nowadays,
that bitch.
people
I left
wallflower.
out that bitch
Boom,
in
boom,
the
boom.
same car that I came in by myself. Danced out.
See, I living in comedy.
They be like, you see little man over there? He
was tearing it up.
By myself.
Rock on.
Yeah. By yourself doing this shit right now.
Look, same dance. What I tell you?
The same dance for 3 hours of dancing. And it was
It
nothing
was the
better.
days, baby.
Nothing
it was
better.
the days.
Those are the days you never got no pussy.
I'm just saying,
Like,
it was a different time.
you
Man.
didn't
know
get
what
no
I'm saying?
action, man.
He know what I'm talking. You was in the zone.
Well,
You just
don't
be
throw
in
me in the no pussy thing. Don't throw me.
No, I'm just saying, you
I
in
know
the
you threw
zone.
me in there like you was with me. Like you.
No, I'm just saying, you know the zone.
I
Cause
know,
you just
I
be in
get
there
all right.
dancing.
Like, y'all didn't go there, but warm a motherfucker up all night. Then they left and went to home to another nigga. I'm on my way there. Y'all all in there with that dumb shit. Where did mine? The ball,
That was the shit,
where
man.
did mine?
Those
My
days.
daddy.
Yeah.
My daddy.
Mac Daddy.
That was
God
shit.
damn.
Good shot.
Hey.
Good shot.
Hey. Come on, man. You just can't dance. That's the difference.
No, it's cool.
I was
Yeah.
dead. That's it.
No, I'm talking about Gil. That's why you
That's
not
why he was mad.
respecting
They used to call me
dances.
Happy Feet back in the
Yeah,
day.
y'all would have been the MPBs back in the day.
No,
No pussy boys.
If you was a guy, you went to dances to dance.
I never went to a
The
dance.
women used to rave
Never
All
went
the
to
guys
no, I
that
didn't go
wasn't
to a
afraid
dance.
to jump in that
Actually.
middle. He said they make the circle, and it's
Now
all
they
about
dance.
getting in the
I
middle.
literally sat at the
See, let me
table the
just
whole
tell you
time.
It's all about getting in the middle.
Y'all niggas a little younger than me.
I got in the middle.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
got in the middle of some ass.
Yeah, see?
I want the dancers to lead with some action. He'll tell you.
Yeah, but that you,
I ain't gonna dance.
yeah, we had two different
to be
focus
sweating.
points.
You
know
did.
what?
What you like 40 and shit?
Yeah, I'm 43.
Yeah, I'm 46. Yeah, y'all saying
Yeah,
we
Kevin
doing
Hart,
so we
young
like
as
this.
hell.
Well, go warm them bitches up for me. He
I think my
what
dad
he
older
did.
than
See,
my dad
Gilly
like
didn't
45.
respect the culture
Of
of what
dance.
dances was. That's
Dance.
what dancing
You go
was.
there to
Dancing.
dance.
You going there to dance, not be the freaky dude in the corner looking with the eyes and waiting for a girl to look
I
like
do.
she's just bored and you come here. We don't need to be here. That's it. Why are we here?
Why you doing? What you
Yeah,
doing?
no, we came to dance, man.
That's me. Ass man. I need some action.
Shouts out to dances from back in the day.
Shout out to Bobby Dance.
Bring it back. Bobby Dance. Goddamn.
That's a legend. Baby.
Shouts out to Bobby Dance.
You know what I mean?
man.
The legend.
I
His
don't know
family,
who Bobby
everybody.
Philadelphia history right there. See, that's the stuff that y'all need to bring up and educate people. Dances was a Philadelphia historic place back in
Legendary.
the day. Night on Broadway, historic place back
The
in the
parking
day.
lot of Stingers where you performed at.
Oh, wow.
Losing shoes.
Let me tell you a story about dances. Me and him, we go on a stick up.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? Listen. We robbed a nigga for some things. And one of the things was his chain. He wanted to keep the chain. All right, go ahead, keep the chain. We go to dances a week later. He had the chain for a week. I go into a store. When I come out the store, a old head in a trench coat with a rusty 38 with tape on the handle robbed the shit out of him for the chain.
For the same chain that you robbed somebody.
No, but let me just explain something to you.
When I tell you
Old
he
head.
was flustered, he was gonna kill me, cuz.
Listen. There's a difference when an old head walk up on you with a gun and they got tape on the butt of the gun. He means business. This is his area of concentration. And he said, young boy, don't play with me, man. I'm like, I've been waiting for you to come and get this chain. I was holding it for you.
I'm a fighter pilot. It's not what I am.
No.
Where you been at, old head? Why was you? You need a sandwich?
You say-
Take this too.
You say,
I've been waiting for you,
you
man.
say you let it happen.
What?
You let it happen. I remember I got
Man,
then
no
my mom
money,
got
no
robbed.
chain,
You and your
no
mom.
social
My mom
media,
got
no
robbed.
what. Nobody got
You
saved.
wanna hear the crazy part?
It's
Coming
more
from the
valuable
laundromat,
than
man.
your
We had
life. Get
What's
that
the
fuck
fuck?
up.
Right there on
Over with.
What? You
Carl
remember,
Out
yes.
Street, get that up
They
off of
listen,
you.
you
Here,
go
you
up,
take this.
you right
You
here,
make
area,
that right.
area, as you
Why
go
wait?
up here, you
What
make a
else you
right,
need? Credit
laundromat
card,
right
yeah,
there.
God,
Listen,
listen,
fucking
take it off.
rolls, nigga. Listen,
And when you
laundromat
take it, that
right
don't
there.
mean
We
that
got
I'm
the
gonna
shopping
lock
cart.
my
I'm talking
account,
folded
you know
clothes, right? My mom got the cart. I got my book bag. I used to go to the laundromat, do the homework. My mom used to carry this little fanny pack, orange fanny pack. Dude came out. He said, "Get that shit up, bitch." And my mom was like, "No." Swear to God. Listen,
Black women back then was different. They
Swear-
was
different.
Listen, swear to God, hand on the Bible. My mom said no. He said, you think I'm fucking playing with you? Get that shit up. My mom was like, it's nothing in it. No. And I'm just standing there, I'm looking, I don't even know what to do. I'm shocked that I'm looking at a gun. He snatched it off, he go through it. My mom had a bunch of tokens in there, right? God get mad. He throw it at my mom. You broke bitch. Call my mom a broke bitch. Threw the fanny back at her. She said, I told you there was nothing in it. Picked it back up. Come on, Kevin. And act like nothing happened. I was like,
Yeah, but the black woman was different
we
though.
almost died. In my mind, it was going down. Laundromat. And then she made me push the cart the rest of the way. I never walked up that street again for the rest of my life. Listen, I took the longest way to get to the laundromat. What once was a 5-minute walk took me 30 minutes. I went
Broad Street,
Down,
cross Broad Street.
I stayed in the public eye. I said, I ain't going down that street. I know what happened down there.
Oh, my God.
I did not walk down that
Fuck
street
that.
for at least a good 10 to 15 years.
You
No.
know what's so crazy? That's Carlisle Street, right?
That's That's a dangerous
And
block.
oh my God.
dangerous block,
You
yo.
know how many people got robbed coming from out of Studio 37?
Yes.
Going to their cars on that
On that
block.
block?
Dangerous
Oh
block,
my
man.
God,
Death trap.
that was a.
Got us.
They got one of the area Avs on.
Got it. Called my mom a broke bitch. I'll never forget it. Threw the fanny pack back at her.
Let me ask you a question though. You looked at your mom a little different though. Then you said my mom's a fucking gangster.
Well, that's what you realize. You don't even. There's not even the idea of gangster. No gangster. There's like there's the level of give a fuck and don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
It's
I
that
don't
simple. It's
give
like,
a fuck.
do
I
you
don't.
give a fuck or do you not give a fuck? My mom's like, I don't give. I ain't got time for this mess. Like she was so okay with the environment of what she sees on a day to day that had no relevancy. It didn't matter. We didn't talk about it. It wasn't something that she called everybody. Oh my God! It got there and had to follow free. She didn't say nothing else about it. Picked up the fanny pack, told me push the cart. We went home. That's what Area Ave was.
Fucked him up for life.
No, I
nigga.
didn't go down that block. Until this day, I'm not walking down Carmel.
Nigga, you smart.
Until this day, you tell me to go down there right now.
But you listen.
I'm gonna say you go first.
When they put the mural on next side of Max's, you was that close to Carlisle.
well,
He
I was
close.
also in the car.
He was a block away. He was right there. You could
Also
see
in the
it.
car.
This nigga watched his mural from the car. That's just
Hey!
nice. Pull off.
There it is.
I got my steak. Hurry up. Go.
There it is. Kev, get out. Walk on it. I'm not going down that block.
Yeah, that shit
I'm
was
not going
right.
on that block right there. I know he out there. I'll say that was a big incident. And one time me and my boy Adam, no, it was me and Rashid. We got into it with these guys. These guys from Susquehanna and Dolphin. And we got into it and they showed up in North Philly one day when we was like, we was just chilling. We was at a Chinese store, we got some wings, and we walk and they showed up. It was like 3-4 of them. And I remember we got jumped. They whooped our ass out there. Those were the only 2 incidents that I had.
Change your life.
No, we went back up to Susquehanna and Dolphin.
What?
Yeah, but I didn't do the work though. But they did.
Did you say get him?
No.
Kick him.
I acted like I was in the car and I was about the business. Yeah, no, y'all already know what it is when we get here. They was so fast. They got the car so fast.
He like, damn, I was getting out. What you tell him? What did you tell him?
You got all the mannerisms like you about to do something.
I remember.
Hey, who-
Yeah.
That was Gil back in the
Hold on,
day.
nigga, grab that. Get it. Oh, we done? All right, we done? Niggas in the car, dude. That was fast. We got him good. Kev, you get yours back? No, I didn't touch anybody.
I tell you, that was his brother. Work them niggas out. They did what?
No. My brother was the real deal. Shout out to 40 G's, man.
Shout out to him.
A legend. Life is he like you now. Like the older you get, y'all motherfuckers, there's a turn that y'all made. Y'all was like, fuck being cool. And y'all turn into this
Another ass nigga.
like these older weird men. Like y'all got this. You remember like you was, cause Gil was the shit. I remember Gil was a
Wait, you old
cool
you mean?
ass nigga.
I'm still a shit.
Now Gil
Who you talking
sweatpants
about?
fit weird. They like weird.
He got a
They like-
coach. He got a coach hoodie on.
Yeah, he's like, Gil think he an assistant coach for all these different
No,
programs.
listen. See, this the thing, right? When you get a little older, you don't give a fuck about nothing but the money and the family and
Yeah.
your health. And so when you hang with this nut ass nigga every day, I'm not getting dressed to hang with this
No,
nut ass nigga.
you don't care anymore.
Right, I don't
You
care.
choose comfort over quality. You're
Yes,
at that
right.
point. That's my
Just
brother.
because you want to come in with this tight fitting
It's a nice
Givenchy
sweatsuit.
sweatsuit on for
No, I still-
$13,000 for no fucking
I
reason.
still care
with your
about.
clogs
I still care about the way I look.
and this expensive ass watch.
Listen, you're at a point.
Nigga, that's a
Listen, get off me.
Get off.
Still got that area.
Get off.
I know, that's why I said, you know what? As a matter of fact, Spank, put this in the bag.
Hold that space.
Spank, put it in the bag. Leave now. All right, just leave now.
No, don't worry about it.
I know where we still
If
at,
he do
Spank.
anything, I'll take the
I
police
know still where
report.
we at, Spank.
No, what watch is that?
I'm not getting into these conversations with
No,
you.
I just like that
No.
motherfucker.
It's a great watch, man. If I told you, you
It's a
wouldn't even know.
Timex. It's cool. It's a Timex.
It's just a nice watch. It's a beautiful
It's a
watch,
Timex.
man. You know I'm a watch head. That's my thing.
Oh, you are?
I'm a watch fucking head.
Oh.
I'm
How many
a
watches do you have?
It's none of your goddamn business.
Listen, he will rob you. Like,
It's none of your goddamn
he's
business.
still on area Ave time.
You see
One
that?
moment, he's
See,
going to do a
that's,
stick.
that's what I mean. I haven't lost that. Like,
You
see,
won't point. You
yeah,
sweat.
see, like, what the
But when
fuck's
that
your
dude
problem?
ran up on you and your mom.
What the fuck is your problem? That's what
You
you
know,
do.
he was bitching.
Yeah.
He ran up on his mom. Get it, put the. He was like, just give it
He's
up,
supposed to
mom.
be.
He was like, give it up, mom.
He was supposed to be.
What are you waiting on?
What are you doing, mom? You
Listen,
a roadkill.
listen.
You in the tokens, mom.
But listen,
Okay.
he really knew it wasn't
Okay,
nothing in there.
okay.
He like, it's nothing in
Okay.
there, mom.
Kev, You're
Just give him the fucking tokens.
You're a better man than me, Kev.
Yeah.
Prime example how that would have happened. Dude would come up, shut up, bitch, give me the gun. I would have been like,
This is your chance.
Bro, what's up with all these ads, bro?
You keep her alive. Save her. You can save her.
No.
Mom would have been, she'd have handled that. I would have found out what happened when she got home. I would have found, I'm running. Fuck it, Mom. We both ain't got to go, Mom. I love you, but.
That's what I was
gotta
saying.
go.
How was y'all partners? Like, what?
Because he would tell, or I would tell. It would either way. If somebody got caught. No,
you
we
mean?
both told on each other. Back in, you remember
Get
the
the
time when we
fuck
robbed
outta
him?
See, I've always been an athlete.
He the one that always
been
told
a
him.
slug.
He told his
so
mom when
he
they did the
always got caught. Like, you got to he been locked up at 11.
He was my partner,
12,
and I always went to jail. He did.
14.
Why
He never
always
went
got
to jail.
caught?
He never
Always
went to-
got caught. Because
Yeah.
last time, he was
Yeah.
laying on the ground talking about, guys, come out, they got us. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? The fuck are you talking about?
How do I always get caught?
He
He
got
get-
us. The fuck is you talking
He
about?
always told on me, Kev.
How I tell I ain't never get locked up?
No, you got-
I only been locked up one
because you-
time in my whole entire
Because
life.
they didn't take you down because in the back of the paddy wagon you got busy.
What the
Here's
fuck,
my, all
man?
right, here's my question. Gil, but you was like, there was a moment where you were the real deal in ball, too.
This is
There was a
really?
moment. No, well, listen,
He
you
went
still
to
play.
he went to an off-brand college.
No,
I get
didn't.
that, but I'm
No.
saying, but there was a moment though where you was the real deal
He said,
in
"Oh."
ball in the city too. People
Yes.
associated you with basketball heavy.
Yes.
So at that point, you still were towing the line between
Being a loser.
being the fucking the street nigga, stick up.
No,
boy.
you gotta understand some real shit is that I used to go to college, right? I would be at college. I would come home.
And do stick-ups.
Me and this nigga would do stick-ups, and then I would go back up to college.
back to college.
Like, I had an apartment up Stanton Avenue off of campus as well, because I moved out my mom's crib at 18. I never been back.
I moved at 17.
Feel me? So,
I'm 21
like,
now.
literally,
So sleeping on the couch
I
and you
would
literally
come
back and
home
you slept on the couch on the weekends?
and we would do armed
Sleeping on the
robberies,
couch on the weekends.
and then I would go back up to college.
That was the plan. That was the move.
I mean, that's all we knew. It started off at Erie Avenue. You know how it started off. Your brother was out there.
Yeah.
You start off, you 11, you 12. They got the bamboo earrings. It's 88. You snatching earrings. Wham! Oh, you run the mics. Mike give you 100. Being 50. By the time you come back, they already on the XH crying on their way to the dinner. You waiting on the next subway stop to come up. So that's how it started off. You know what I mean? Then as you get older, it's like, I don't want no fucking $100 earrings. I'm trying to rob this whole dice game
Yeah.
and come up quick. And you gotta understand, in robberies, that should be some of the fastest shit. Like, literally is 1 minute and you got everything. Like, that's why I never hustled growing up. I never understood hustling growing up. I'm like, y'all niggas get a pack. Y'all go stand on the corner. Y'all gotta sell that shit. Give him back $100 and y'all keep $25? No. Get that shit up. Oh, I got everything. And
So, one
so
time it
that
went
was
bad,
my
though.
mentality. You
Well,
feel
one
what
time
I'm
it
saying?
went bad.
I had a fucked up mentality.
Yes, he did. One time we robbed an off-duty police officer. And I told him by the time we got to the car, I don't think this is a good idea. We need to give him his stuff back. And he wanted to argue with me. And I'm like, cuz, give it back to him. He's a cop. You seen his badge. This dude, this back in the day. So statute of limitation on. I'm like, he's like, why are you bitching? I'm like, I think this is the right thing to do. Either we're going to do the right thing or I'm going to do the right thing. Because I'm going to report this. I think this needs to be reported. I was going to report it because it was like, why
You
are you
gotta
doing
think,
this?
first of all-
He wanted to be a loser. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't think that was cool.
First of all, let's just keep it real. We did not know that the nigga was a fucking cop. The nigga had the fucking watch
Well,
on his
once we
wrist.
was notified that he
No.
was, we gave it back.
Yeah,
We should have
because he
gave it
said,
back.
hold up, wait, I'm a cop. And I said, I don't give a fuck what she is. You better hug that fucking tree, nigga.
He hugged the tree, and I told him, I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, Wallow don't sound like a good partner.
He was a bitch.
Yeah, you don't sound like the.
Let me say something.
Wallow sound
He
like the
said,
guy
"Yo,
that after
cuz,
done,
he
you put
got
all
his
the shit in your
dog."
head, he's like, yo, I think they following us, man. Like,
Nah,
that's
that's
Wallow.
crazy.
Wallow's that guy.
Wallow was the nigga that.
I'm looking back. When we
He
driving
was the
away.
nigga that. He was the nigga
Hey,
that.
it's the cops. Whoa, go, let's go.
That's why he was the one that did the most time.
'Cause you told
he
him.
was the one with the conscience. He was the one that whole time. We threw knives right on. We in the car. Stolen cop Glock with C notes in my hand.
I'm like, this not.
I'm waving the
I'm like, we should drop that gun off at the police station.
I'm waving the gun.
I'm like,
He in the back seat like this. I think we fucked up. Like, this ain't-
We done.
This we done. Like, I don't think you know what we did. Shut the fuck up. The same way we are now,
Yeah.
that's just how we was back then. Shut the fuck up.
It's a bad partner.
Yeah, he was a bad
That's
partner.
a bad partner.
Now, Kev,
He was
I'm gonna
a
ask you something, Kev.
He was a terrible partner.
This episode of $1 Million Worth of Game is brought to you by Owens Mixers. Just add Owens to kick up your
No.
Nah, it wasn't a question. Look, if you saw me and you saw because I had the
mask.
I had the mask, but
Back in the
when
day.
I came in, my move was out the car, mask down. Wow, everybody
Get it.
wanted, and they was like, "Yo, come on!" They used to call me Lil Dirty. Lil Dirty, don't do it, don't do it. And I was like, "Bah, bah," I'll just shoot them off. Bah, bah.
Shoot in the air.
Just a couple of shots in the air. That's enough. Knew I wasn't playing. Get the motherfucking bag. And them licks was adding up. Then I got caught. I got caught off of the joint. You know the
Joint
bridge.
down the
You know
end.
the bridge. I got caught off of the motherfucking bridge. Under the bridge is where I used to hide my shit. I took the bricks out because I had a contractor license as well, so I was real good with my hands. So nigga, I built under the bridge. I built another fucking wall. That's where I put all my dope.
And they
Fucking
found
money. Nigga, they fucking found my shit and had me. When they got me, it was like, where the rest of it? And I was like, nigga, in the ground. And that's when
He busted me. I seen that in the
they
paper.
busted me. But you know, the whole thing with that bus is they also knew I was a good kid, so they didn't hold everything against me because they said I had a future. So I was able to leave that shit behind
You told on some niggas.
Yeah,
Man.
that's
last
cool.
time. You know what I'm saying?
Came down to it, he told on some niggas. Kevin, Wallow, Rizzy.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna ask you something important, right?
They said
go
you.
ahead.
They said you had a shitload of cloud homicides. A little dirty.
Listen.
They said you was a cloud shooting motherfucker. Everybody get on a bump, 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 bump.
Now, when success come, Kev, how do you deal with the close proximity entitlement from people that maybe came up with you in the game or family members? How do you deal with entitlement when people say, Kev, the hard work you put in, I want the benefit of that, or I want you to finance the lifestyle that you don't live for yourself for me?
My circle's very small.
Okay.
My circle's extremely small. It's not a.
Mine's is too.
There's not a wide variety
You
of
only got,
individuals and personnel around me. Like through the journey of success,
maybe
the
4
same
friends.
people have been there from the beginning to the end.
They're all females.
So the sense of entitlement I'll say that we face or that has reared its head in our friendship and our group, we've been able to nip it in the bud because of our relationships. Like we're real friends, real brothers.
Right.
And, you know, the idea of checking someone or making one understand like when you're out of bounds or out of pocket, it's not as hard, right? But
Yes.
I think the expectations are just unrealistic with what people expect you to do because of your success. People go, you're there and you getting all this, so why can't you just easily bring me on? Or why can't you put me on? And while you're trying to get on, people expect you to do for them when you're still doing for yourself. Like I'm just now in a position where I can really make the extension of an olive branch and make things happen for other people, make real career moves for other people. I'm just now at the point of real
He's
control.
45.
But
He's
you
been in
still
the
a
game for
work for
about
hire.
10, 15
You're still a
years.
work for hire.
Right.
But you can't explain that to people that don't have an idea of what that means. Like just because I'm in a movie, I don't run that movie. I'm not in charge of that movie.
Right.
I was hired to do the movie.
Right.
Lead or no lead, I may work for hire. So it's not until that change and you now become the man that's in control of the machine.
Right.
Like you really got the hat and you make the decisions and you're doing the casting and you're doing the budget and you're the partner with the studios because you're a studio. Now it's a completely different scenario. But back then, our arguments or I think our roadblocks that presented themselves were just based off of expectation and wants that weren't realistic.
Yeah.
So my conversations was like, dude, you're talking as if you're not with me and if you don't know me, you're falling into the same space that people out there are supposed to fall into.
Right.
It's like when everybody sees the basketball player get drafted, the first thing they say is, oh my God, man, he a millionaire. He got so much money now. He doesn't. He doesn't have so much money now.
Right.
He just got drafted. He hasn't even received his first check.
Right.
But that first day on draft day, people are like, hey man, you know this is a good time to. And you think you can help
He just
him?
got
You-
10 million.
Oh my God, man, we know you got the
Trying to
money. You
open
just
up his
came in.
cleaners.
Well, he doesn't have it.
Right.
That money's paid out through the duration of a year, and it's paid
A
out.
lot of them
weekly
be
and
on
weekly
rookie
it's taxed.
contracts too.
And he's got a lifestyle. He's got his bills.
So they probably only get
So you
like
can't spend all the money because the
500,000.
money has
That
been
ain't never
counted. But
enough.
people are counting your money as if they know what the money is and how it's
And they
divvied
don't
up.
get
And
500,000
that's the
right
biggest
away. They
problem
get
with
it
entitlement.
through the
So when you
years.
talk about people's
So maybe like
the pressure that
50,000
people put on
this
you,
month, another
well, your
50,000,
rebuttal is
25,000.
don't have a lot of people that you gotta fucking reply to. You keep that number small because when it's small, you're now having real conversations versus the fuck is you talking about? Like a bunch of those are draining.
Yeah.
Yes,
When it's
too
small
draining.
and people actually are receiving
And
the
engaging,
things that you're saying, there's an understanding of why, then that small group grows.
Right.
And we don't get bigger in people, we get bigger in knowledge and understanding and development.
Right.
The rapport that we have is one that just can't be infiltrated. And that's why I love my fucking contained ass group.
Right.
That plastic cup boy shit is for real. Like we built it, we stand on it, we abide by it, and it's still moving until this day. Yeah, there's been some ups and downs, but that nucleus of 8, maybe 9 tops, it's the foundation.
That's life though. Ups and downs
Yeah.
is a part of life.
It's the best.
You know what I mean? But the show of true friendship and true brotherhood is when you go through your ups and downs and you still together.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? A lot of people go through ups and downs and then it's, I don't fuck with him no more. Well, you really didn't fuck with him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So if they ain't do nothing that's that serious.
Who stands the test of time?
Right.
Who stands the test of time? And then, that envy thing plays a major part, right? Like, who's really happy for you?
Right.
Who's really happy for your success?
Genuinely happy.
Like, who's really there and they're like, dude, it's so dope to see you do what you did. Like, who's really looking at you guys in this space?
Who is
like,
really
goddamn,
happy
man.
for me? That's the real
Motherfuckers
question.
started here, now they here. Yo, it's dope to
I do
see
not
from
know.
the outside and watch you.
Don't know
like,
who's
where are you
happy for
getting
me.
that energy from,
Okay,
and where is it genuine? I think that's the separation, right? Because you got different looks that you receive.
Right.
You got the.
Why
Yeah,
you
why
and not
you?
me?
Right.
I'm over here. I've been doing this shit.
Forever.
Yep.
Yeah, now you.
Right.
Come on, man. Like that's crazy. Like you got a bunch of those.
That sounds familiar.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. Those add up.
Absolutely.
But then when you do receive the genuine and you look at where it comes from, man, I think it's that's what makes it worth it. That's the ammunition and fuel that you need to not just know that you're doing the right thing, but know that the trajectory, right? Like it's gonna get bigger, it can get bigger.
Right.
But with the right people around you, your head can stay in the best spot ever.
Right.
And I do credit my fucking circle, my surroundings, to me not going on the crazy side of Hollywood or the crazy side of ego,
Right.
or just that mindset that you're bigger than the world and you can't be humble, right? Like I'll say my guys have done a great job. Guys household. By the way, I have been humble. I've been sat down in more ways than one. So I done been punched in the fucking face by life, by the business, and that helps as well. But my foundation definitely is one of the best pieces to this puzzle.
Let me ask you this question. Being that you've seen all spectrums of the arena, you've seen the ups, the highest. I don't know if I could say the highest of the highs, but to me, in this shit, you the biggest motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? But then you seen some down moments
Mm-hmm.
where, the social media, the gram, they talking, they chopping it up.
need a drink.
They talking they shit. But then you come right back. You hit them with some movies, you hit it, and you right back. Do it ever fuck with your confidence?
When it's the best question you get because people really don't believe or I don't think they think that I'm being serious when I give my answer. What you can't stop or control, you can't stop or control, right? Like, what's done is done. For the world, real quick, for instance, if you don't know what I'm drinking, it's Gran Coromino, the best tequila that you can buy right now. It's a Cristalino. It's a clear reposado. Make it your business to get in this business and be a part of my business. It's good business. Sorry about that.
By the way, this episode of Main Outlook as well, both of you about to Amsterdam Vodka.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Life ain't going your way.
Yeah.
Shout out to New Amsterdam Vodka.
No.
No, see, that was clean cup. It's cool.
Matter of
Clean
time.
cup, boy. It's my fault. You cool.
So I'm gonna answer your question, girl. So look, what you can't control, right? My ability to process and be very realistic about the way that I process life's moments, I feel is one of my biggest blessings, right? I don't engage in the world of fuck, goddamn, it's bad. Well, once it's bad, well, you can only think about how to then turn it good. So my focus immediately goes to the work that has to be done to make something better.
Right.
So when I've fallen, when I stepped in the shit, it's all right, well, I got to go find some water to clean off my shoes. And I'm not going to throw my sneaks away. So clean them good, and I'm not going to step in shit anymore. I'm going to look down before I walk now. When I've fallen and it's time to get up, all right, well, am I just jumping back up? Or should I sit down for a second before I get up, look around? All right, people saw me fall, whatever. I'm not embarrassed about it. Let me get up, stand up on my own, and dust it off, but show that it's not a bad thing to fall. Like, I'm that guy. Like,
Right.
so I think the best thing that can happen to any of us, and I've said this several times, is the world of fuck up, is the world of problem. Like, people are afraid to embrace that shit. I'm not. Like, embrace the good, the bad, the ugly.
Right.
Cause that's how the dope shit gets discovered.
Right.
You don't know how dope the shit is until you've done the undope.
Right.
The undope makes you go, okay, now this is dope. This is right.
Right.
This is actually fucking great.
Right.
Right?
Right.
This is unbelievable. You don't know how fucking blue water can be till you've been in the water that's not that blue. Yo, this water is dark as shit. But you find it till you go over there and say, yo, goddamn.
Right.
Look at this shit over here. Everything is a discovery. I embrace the progression in discovery. So entertainment moment, life moment, career moments, personal moments. I've been on all fucking sides of the spectrum. I've seen it all. And I would not be in the seat that I'm in today. I would not be able to handle the volume of shit that comes with sitting in this chair if I didn't go through all of the shit that I've been through.
Right.
And I do know.
And that's why everything leads up to somebody successful. You have that parent that just don't give you whatever you want, bro. Whatever you want, bro. If that parent don't give you whatever you want, bro, you out doing big things, bro. I'm trying to tell you. And that's what he's saying, literally. He had to go through that not being able to go outside when he wants to, that 24/7 around the school, and not being able to hang out with your friends. That's what this all comes down to when your parents are not strict, but have, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me just get back, but y'all get what I'm saying.
Right.
Because now you're just able to see from every single lens. I'm able to see from every single point of view. I don't know everything. I don't need to know everything. I don't want to know everything. But I do know how important it is to listen. I do know how important it is to fucking understand. So I do my best to try to do that at the highest level. And if and when I do, great. If I don't, then maybe I need more help processing it. I'll be patient enough until I get it right. And eventually I'll be all right.
Patience
It's hard
is
to see
key.
through all spectrums, through all lenses when you never fail.
Well,
You know what I mean? So failing is it make you reevaluate. It make you
people are afraid to fail.
yeah.
Failing
absolutely.
is
They're afraid to
actually a
fucking
good
fail.
thing.
And that's what that's one of the biggest questions that I ask. Like it's the why. If you're afraid to fail, it means you're afraid to start.
Right.
If you're afraid to
There you
start,
go.
that
You
means
never
you're never
gonna-
really
yep,
going
you
to
never-
get
look.
understanding or answer when it comes to the world of you doing what you want to do.
Here.
Right.
Yo, I want to do such and such and such and such, but man, I don't want to do it because they fuck around and
Yeah.
They don't
it,
like
it probably ain't gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably not gonna like me. Well, then that means you're afraid to start because you're already thinking about the things.
And
from
if you
before.
never start, you will
there's
never
a
find out.
multi-layer in that space of fear, right? And if you're attaching it to failure, you're losing already.
Right.
So I'm from the side of discovery. I don't know what I'm not gonna like until I fucking try it. I don't know what I'm
Right.
not gonna be good at until I tried to do it and realize it wasn't my cup of tea. Whatever that thing is, you gotta try it. You gotta do it. And what I love the most about where I am now, is I'm able to give the information. These fucking books that I've been writing, these audio books that I've been releasing. The last one was The Decision, and that's on Audible. This one that I just put out is called Monsters and How to Tame Them.
And where can they get these books?
This on Audible, right? These are audio books. But
Okay.
the reason I'm bringing it up is this isn't me preaching. It's not me talking at you. It's me going, I'm giving a tutorial of moments, obstacles, breakdowns, presentations that the business and the life in the business presents while I was in a world of not knowing what the fuck anything was.
Right.
Here's my mistakes, and I just want to tell you what the fuck they were. Here's how I got better in dealing with them. Here's some of the things that fucking caught me off guard. Here's how I handle what I'm giving. I'm just giving information. These little tidbits to some will be valuable.
Yeah.
If we had more information and people shared information, do you know how much further so many of us would be in our culture if motherfuckers wasn't so
Share
secret
information.
with their road to success or their journey of how they got to or their mistakes or mishaps? Do you understand how many fucking people would have a much clearer road in the place of business? We were talking this morning about just in the music business, right? They were just saying like, you know, when it comes to the younger artists and artists in these contracts and getting fucked over, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, in today's time, these younger artists have access to the older ones that didn't do it right, that made the mistakes, that signed the bad paperwork.
Right.
So if they could give the information of what you should look for, why you shouldn't just sign. Here's the things that really should stick out to you.
Get this lawyer.
These are tricky parts. Get a base lawyer. You ain't got to give. If the information, if one of them just did something,
I don't
where
even know
they
what a
gave
best
the
lawyer is. I never even
information
know that was
of,
a thing.
hey man, to these young up and coming artists, we know how important it is for you to get out the trap, for you to get out the hood. We know what that dollar looked like in the beginning. Hey, take that money, but here's what you got to fucking look out for. Here's what I want y'all to start doing. Now that information, if they do get it, they do obtain it.
Right.
Whether they choose to use it or not, it's there.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. Yep.
Somebody provided it.
Hold on, man. First of all, before we go any further, man, I gotta get this nigga a platinum salute.
Salute.
You know what I mean? My nephew Rab, who's down in Atlanta right now
He's going to Clark Atlantic.
Clark Atlanta College. He watched the episode that you was on where you taught people how to fix their credit right there from home. He took that information and started his own credit company. Off of that, he elevated his whole life, man.
He elevated his whole. That's on this level.
Forget everything you know about.
Where they close now, and I want you to get them game. You got people like Desi Banks, Jess Hilarious, Ha Davis. You had them type of people. DC Young Fly, the whole, my whole crew there. Now, how do you get it? This is the game on from you. How do you get a show on Netflix?
How do you get a show on Netflix?
A stand-up comedy joint. Do you?
Everybody wants a show on Netflix, but I would say why?
No. I'm just asking you because
I'm saying like it's in getting that right. It's not about getting it. You can get on any platform, but what's your reason, right? Like what's the reason for it? So with this younger generation of comedians, you got to understand that the comedy special game and world is not what it once was, right? Everything changes. There's obstacles and there's periods. When you think about, there was a time where the HBO special was the biggest thing you can get, right? And when you look at the comedians that were fortunate and blessed enough to get an HBO special back in the day, it was the biggest thing ever for them. The HBO specials then changed and Comedy Central got into the space. Comedy Central gave out half-hour specials and hour specials. If you got a half-hour special, hour special on Comedy Central, you'll be in a rotation, you'll be seen. It propels some careers. Right. Okay, wow, the world of specials seems like it's growing. Now Netflix came, and Netflix gave a different idea of what a comedy special should be. And the comedians that did specials on that platform, in the beginning, it was a lot. Some were seen, some weren't. But Netflix's identity was all based off of the foundation of stand-up comedy in the beginning. They were redefining the world of stand-up comedy. And then they started to get a whole bunch of other content, right? But then they said, fuck it. We're going to go out. We're going to get the biggest comedians. We're going to get them to do specials. And we're going to make the specials special again. Not that they weren't. They said, we're going to make them special again. So they threw this money at them. And the bigger comedian said, fuck it. We're going to do it. So they got Chappelle, Rock, myself, Louis C.K., Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes, Jerry Seinfeld, Ellen DeGeneres. Like, the biggest names in comedy went there and they started doing them. But now, everybody else started getting specials. So now, the world of comedy specials, it's there, but they're not as
Special.
They're not as special because everyone isn't in demand. That's not a bad thing. Like, you work to get in demand. You need to be seen to put asses in the seats. But where do you go that has the best impact for you? So for the younger generation of comics, that Netflix special that they may want, it may not be the best decision for them because they're in a much more valuable position today because owning your material,
Your IP.
your IP, is easier to do because of the freedom and how you control your art, your content, right? Like, you're talking about, like, when you go down Just Hilarious and DC Young Fly and Davis, like, you're
Desi
talking
Banks.
about Desi Banks, you're talking about people who embraced the world of social media, built the following off of social media, and did it by managing and operating and controlling the content that they put out. So now going to the stand-up special space, it could mimic that. Maybe they could shoot it themselves. Maybe they could sell it, license it.
License
There's a
it.
different type of conversation. So they don't have to go the route that most went.
Right.
Their decisions now are a little different because the opportunities that present themselves are different. So I would say for them, it's about understanding the business more for them. And I talk to them. I give them all these tidbits. I'm the guy that wants them to win. So, you know, when you have that following that they've developed, and they have the dollar because they go out and they make their money as well, shooting it, completing it, and going and packaging it and licensing it, or seeing if you can sell it, whatever it is for you, that becomes the road to victory. It's not just about being on Netflix just to be on Netflix. Right now, the business of the business is just as important as the talent. So you have to make sure you weigh those options properly. And, you know, maybe your first special sets up the next one. But there's several different platforms that you can go to.
That's why I'm always one to say, no, let's shoot this shit ourselves.
Yep.
And because how many platforms out here begging for content?
And
they throwing money around.
Oh, he's a content man. He got a lot.
So if you could pay for your own content and take it to the
retain
places,
your IP.
your money is a lot different because
if you have an audience, right? You what you guys have here is so dope because you now developed a brand. What started off as just a dope ass podcast with a name in the back of it has now become a brand. So the brand, this is a brand. $1 million worth of game becomes a brand, and you can elevate that brand however you choose, right? And the brand has tentacles and it becomes tiered. So now the podcast of you two, it's here, but if you think, you guys were underneath Barstools. Barstools started off as a podcast or a radio show with, and then they got bigger and they kept on putting other shows underneath it. So now Barstools, the brand, is a hub that embeds the media of all this stuff under here. This is growing into the same.
Yes.
So when you understand the business and the business that you're creating, you got a following. Well, now your bargaining chips are different.
Yes.
Everybody can't have the same conversation at the table. Everybody wants to, but they can't. Right? So your conversation is different, and my conversation that I can have is different because we come with different value. So our leverage within the value is where we negotiate at a high level.
Too, at that.
To the younger talent that has the following in social media, there's value because they have an audience. So if they do things and they embed it and finish it and complete it and say, well, my audience shows that they'll show up to see this, I would much rather license it and own it. Now you can get a licensing fee, or you can say, I want to sell it. Whatever it is, you're making a better decision for you and your brand. But it's the understanding of how to do that. And there's never been a more valuable time to do it in than now. You know, I'm a full-fledged media business.
Yeah.
I'm into the business more than I'm into being a talent now.
Yeah.
I'm more about Heartbeat than I am Kevin Hart.
Yeah, and what I it's funny you say that because with us we own 100% of all our stuff. It's
the best
and
shit
we
ever.
own our IP, we own everything. Everything you see, $1 million we own. All we do is licensing deal. What you say is good because we don't feel as though we should sell our stuff. We got a catalog, whatever. But I would say this, like when you have another network, how can people get on your network?
Laugh Out Loud was a network. I embedded Laugh Out Loud and Heartbeat Productions underneath Heartbeat. So I took both entities, combined them. And the reason why we combined them, because I said, we want to act and operate as a studio. And we want to show us the value of this machine. So to scale the company means we're going to grow it. And we're going to basically create the opportunities to develop scripted, unscripted TV, movies, audio, literature, stand-up. It all falls into one thing, right? Underneath this roadblock. But as a talent who's done it and got to this space, I can embrace the younger generation of talent with opportunities. So in doing that, it's about making creative deals, giving the opportunities that are a little unconventional, right? Like that's where my business is going to flourish because I can make unconventional deals. I can do things differently. I can be a little outside the box,
Right.
And not operate like your Universals, Warners, etc. And they're
Hulu.
great partners of ours.
Yeah.
We do great business together. But for me to get the talent and to package the talent to come in and do the projects underneath the Heartbeat umbrella, well, I have to be creative in that aspect. So for the younger
You're not
Damn.
gonna scare us. Scare him?
I'm taking you with me. You do what I.
generation, we are doing specials. We are doing reality unscripted series. We are doing talk shows, radio shows. We own our channel on Sirius. We're doing other podcasts underneath our umbrella. We're a full ecosystem of media. So you have to find and embrace talent, and the best way to do that is to get them to trust you. You can't do that with upside down deals. You can't do that with ways where you're trying to take advantage or get over, right? Like, being an open book company and trying to make good decisions and good business on behalf of what you want your company to be a representation of is a priority of me and mine. So an amazing team of execs we have, and I can say that our partners at Abry invested. They gave us $100 million. We scaled, grew the company. The valuation is somewhere around close to $700 million, and we do believe that we'll grow and eventually be $1 billion company or billions, but we'll be a partner. More importantly, like, this is a business that we're scaling for partnership.
Partnership,
We want
yes.
to be aligned. So Netflix, as an amazing partner as they are to me, I want my company to be a partner of theirs as well. And the same with all my other partners, right? Like, the real partners help you grow.
Right.
And shouts out to Ted, who's a good friend of mine, man. And even my friends at Universal, when I wanted to make the decision to go and do things with Netflix, like, your real partners want to see you win. Shout
And while
out to
you
Donnie
say
Langley.
that, shout out to Eric Nardini and Dave Portnoy, all my people over there at Barstool.
Yeah.
Who from the rip always believed $1 million worth of game.
Yes, they did.
And they believed in us when people, like, we had the conversation. People like, oh man, you're doing good. Let's get together. Let's talk. They didn't talk. They talked with the check.
Yeah, you want, but
And they believed.
Your real alignment and growth comes from the people who already did it.
Yes.
That aren't afraid to help you do it too.
Right. Yes.
Right. And that's the difference when you get behind that door.
Right.
Who did it over here? That can show us how to do it properly.
Right.
That can help us grow and really figure this shit out and act as like a real extension of opportunity. Like,
Right.
that's real partnership.
Absolutely.
And if I brought you value, in return, the value that you bring back to me is helping this business grow. And I
Absolutely.
can say all minds have done that at a very high level.
And I'm gonna say this. It's funny you say that because you said these people want to help you grow,
You
right?
guys got boxing after this? What's that on your feet?
Yeah. Shabazz got some boxing shoes on.
Shabazz, what's that on your feet?
That's boxing sneaks.
Well, they Givenchy's.
Oh, nice.
They Jim Jones. They
Yeah,
don't
they-
look
they,
like
they-
they,
they
the
like
boxing,
boxing.
they the boxing joints.
They look like they boxing. They look like he's sparring. He's going to Joe Frazier's
You
gym
got
after
it.
this.
Okay. All right. All right, I'm sorry,
All right,
bro.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just asked the question.
Just ask about the
Yeah,
sneaks.
dude, you had the
I'm on
boxing
second one.
Givenchy's.
I'm sorry. I didn't. You too.
David Reed. He got the
man.
David Reed classics on. No, I'm just saying, David Reed used to boxing them.
Not the one punches.
Yeah.
Not the one
Not
punches.
car. But listen, so it's funny you say that. Because one day I get a call from our partners and they say, we got some people we want to introduce you to. These are the people that gave us the finances we need when we was hot like y'all. We want to introduce you. Now, you know shit don't usually happen like that. They introduce us to the plug, the money. And that's why I really salute them and I say, you're right. And I think as us, we need to understand the importance of partnership.
Yeah.
Like, why not partner with some people that already got the infrastructure? Everybody feels as though, I'm going to do it my own. I'm going to be independent. You need infrastructure. That's the most important thing.
Wallow, you say a lot of stupid shit. A lot of times.
I know.
Because I listen to you.
Most of the time.
Like 90% of the stuff Wallow say is stupid.
Extra stupid.
But what you just said is so unbelievably correct. Like, when I shake your hand, if you don't shake my hand back, then your gesture isn't the same as mine. right? Like if I shake your hand and look you in the eye and I give you a real handshake, it's because I'm trying to give you a sign of respect, trying to give you a sign of engagement, nice, call it what you want. But it can't be one-sided. You're supposed to do the same back to me. It's the same in partnership, that's the same in relationship. It's not a one-sided situation of value. And that's where business takes a drop, where you feel like it should just be about me.
Right.
Where you feel like, yo, man, what y'all giving me, or what is going on? Like,
Right.
man, they were supposed to do and they didn't do. But it should be, okay, they're doing this for me, and in return, I want to make sure that I do said thing for them.
Right.
So I want to see them win as well.
Absolutely.
When you guys have that mindset,
Both of us got to win.
we both have to win. And by the way, if you both want that to happen, 9 times out of 10 you will win.
Right.
That's been the biggest piece of success for me. It's not the selfish idea of what I need. It's about what we can do to turn this over hand over fist. And also, I turn down the opportunities for one-offs. Because if you just want me for a little teeny piece,
There's no commitment there.
there's no, like, how do we grow? What if that piece...
There's no growth.
What if it was amazing? Like, I want the opportunity to grow and see how you've grown while partnering with me. I should be able to look at the same.
Right, don't let me lead acting Avatar,
No.
but I just got one off.
No, what do you mean?
Avatar 2 come
You
out.
want, I thought y'all, I heard
That's
y'all was
somebody
doing
else.
4. I heard y'all doing 4 avatars.
Right.
So who's gonna be this guy?
I'm gonna die in this one.
Right.
I don't sound
kill,
right.
Don't kill.
You gonna
little,
kill me?
Don't kill little. What was your
Yeah,
name?
what?
Little dirty. Don't
Lil
kill
Dirty.
little
Lil
dirty.
Dirty.
Don't kill
Don't kill
Lil
little dirty tar off it.
That's the biggest.
Dirty tar.
That's the biggest piece of business that a lot of people override, man. And you saying it while and us even having this conversation on
It's
your
necessary.
platform, right? It's needed because the idea and the want and need for success, it can't. It's so fucking polluted as to what it is and what it should be, and it's a simple approach in streamlining it. Success is what you want it to be, but you cannot get there without the help of. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. You're going to, at some point, you're going to need help. You're going to need assistance. You will get to a point of confusion where you do not know what to do or how to navigate.
Right.
You will need some information or someone's fucking help.
And I'm gonna say this: it's different types of partnership. You have a financial institution could be your partner, and they could be financing because they believe and you had a track record or your business look good, your financial statements, activate them to look out for you. So they may say, okay, you need this funding, here you go. Here you got the partnership of infrastructure, like he said, connection. When we partner up with Barstool, one thing I can say, it would be times I'll be like, Gil, I'll be back. Where you going? I'm going up to New York for three days. For what? Oh, I'm just walking around the office and talking to everybody and get game. And I would walk around the office, finance department, editing department, sales department, and they'd just give it to me. Oh, no, Wallow, this is how we do, this is how we get ad sales, this is the ad rep, this is how we boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah, we edit like this. Oh, yeah, boom, boom. And finance, yeah, this is how we do. Oh, okay. So you need all these to work. Because I'm learning to be, and I'm taking time out because you got to take time out and you got to be willing to be dedicated to learn in order to grow because it comes from you being a person. Gilly is cool being Gilly. I mean, Wallow is cool being Wild. But we're together, we're $1 million worth of game. And that's more powerful than any of us by ourselves. And that's what we understand. This shit is about business and the business that we're building. You know, we can laugh and joke. People think, no. We're on our business. And understanding that,
See, that's how, look, this shit that I be watching, bro, that's how I be knowing the knowledge I know, bro. In the tournament of sports. Like, this is new for me, like, and I'm going to take that with me on this journey of recording. I'm going to take this on this journey of recording.
you
too.
got to
This
learn this shit.
knowledge they
And more
giving out.
importantly, we giving the Barstool, you know what I mean, as they giving to us.
Well, you're also going to look for the information.
Oh, yeah, I'm not playing.
Right, like nobody's going to volunteer the information. to you.
Fuck no.
So you're looking for it. Like when
Yes.
you say, "Yo, I'm going up there and I'm going to have conversations," what people don't understand, the conversations are ready to be had. I don't. While you're in the cars, y'all don't know if you're in the cars as much, but if you guys ever go to car shows or in LA, they have these little old school drives and they finish at parking lots, right? And I love old school cars. I love building old school cars. What you'll find is that there's a lot of older men have lawn chairs and they sit in front of their car and there's a book on a stand about the build of their car. And they sit there because they're hoping that somebody just asked them, "What did you do?" And when they, hey man,
They
what,
talk
so
for-
what'd
they
you
tell
do
you for
here? They
hours.
get out their chair and they go to page 1 on the book and they can't wait to tell somebody
Yep.
the story of how they got the car to get to this place of perfection. What you'll find is that motherfuckers in a seat of success or in a seat of power in some sort, in the right environments, they can't wait to go.
They won't let you leave.
Oh no, you doing this wrong.
They can't
See, what you
wait.
gotta do is
They won't-
And hold
listen,
on, I'm gonna
They
get you with my people,
They
Susan.
cannot wait.
Susan, come here.
Yes.
This guy just
Yes.
met. I
Yes.
just
They won't
met
let
great
you
fucking
leave the
guy.
office.
Yes.
Just met him.
Yes.
Tell him how to do.
Listen,
You be
I'd have
sitting
been
there
in
like,
offices, Kev. I'd have been in offices where I asked one question, whether it was with Kevin Lyles or somebody, and it's 11 o'clock in the morning and I leave 4:30.
And they cannot.
They give you the history to give you so much information that you wasn't even expecting because you asked.
And you know-
we got to stop being entitled and think,
Nobody wants to ask.
Nobody, no. This is what they think. Oh, Kevin Hart popping. He supposed to tell me this.
Yeah.
Kev don't even know you exist.
Yeah. Or I
Gilly don't even know you exist.
I don't
I'm
even know
just
you
gonna
want.
say
I don't even know you
I don't even
want the
know.
information. I don't know what you want to know that.
But
I didn't know you haven't. I didn't know you were into
But
that.
where we come from in Black America, a lot of times in the hood, is that you just supposed to. I don't know that you want to do that, bro. I thought you was just rapping last week, so I don't
Entitlement.
want to get in the podcast.
It's a high level of entitlement, man, and it's you know, these are culture problems. These are things that we eventually have to shake. But when you break it down, we're not talking in this like high level.
No, we're not.
We're,
Right.
we're not talking in a manner of which some may not be able to understand. We have dumbed this down
Yeah.
to the lowest level of understanding
Absolutely.
of just conversations,
'Cause I
questions,
understand
answers,
perfectly.
relationship, partnership,
I
why,
understand
where value
perfectly.
isn't. Like we have simplified
I'm
it to the
understanding.
absolute lowest level, and that's the best way to engage. And it's not because people are dummies. It's not why. It's because talking regular is way cooler than talking as
All that
if you're on a higher.
All that bullshit.
Platform.
It's like it's the same thing. It all boils down to the same thing.
Absolutely.
It has the same meanings, the same definitions, and the information and the world of just giving it. That should just be highlighted so much more than what it is now.
Absolutely.
Yes, it should. And you know what? It's like this, Kev. You're running around, and you're doing something I don't think we ever seen. You're doing fucking arenas, like every night, like the same way Gil used to do bars every night. You're doing arenas. So it's like you was doing the same bars with Gil, 30, 25 people in there. Now how many people you put in there a night?
Is this a shot? I don't want to.
No, you got to be a part of the shot because you. How many people?
We have a very good
How many a night?
fan base, man. We probably do about 13 to 15,000 people a night.
That's unbelievable.
So what I'm saying is, in your infrastructure put this whole tour together. Heartbeat did this.
Yeah.
And you put people in place, and this is the importance of team. Together each achieve more. Teamwork make the dream work. You fell back and said, let me trust people enough to put them in place to be able to put this whole thing together. And how did you go about that? Like hiring and putting the team together?
You look at companies, what you realize that every company has, whether successful or not, they have a structure. It's hard for anything to work if there is no structure, if there are no guidelines, if everybody's not meeting a certain requirement, if we're not showing up every day at a certain time, and that time is because that's the time we're supposed to start work. If we don't leave work at a certain time because it's the time that work is over, what you'll find is that everybody in the in-between, they'll come and go as they please, and some won't give as much, some will do, some won't. But hey, man, how do I get people not to compete and not to like want to cut each other's heads off, and like how do I make everybody believe and invest in the thing? Well, you do it by giving the thing value and allowing people to participate in a world of value in it. So it was about finding the right execs, finding my CEO, finding my president, head of development, head of distribution, my CFO, my COO, chief operating officer, chief financial officer, the word of branding. How do we brand? How do we market?
Yeah.
How do we promote? There's people that have these titles for a reason. And what you realize is that a big piece to winning is picking winners,
Right.
right? Like you
And hire motherfuckers that knew what you don't know.
you can,
Yep.
we look at the athletes all day. Athletes are winning championships. LeBron James wins championships. Steph Curry wins championships. We can ignore
Joel
those
Embiid
back
gonna win one.
offices.
Don't-
Absolutely,
don't-
this is a
Yeah,
big
who's the-
year.
the coach,
Joel
the
James.
trainers?
You got to look in those back office. You got to look at those people that's at that table. You got to look at the players that are allowed to be at that table, and those decisions are filled with the opinion of people who have had an impact in winning in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
When you look at football programs, basketball programs, companies that scale and sell for billions of dollars, what you'll find when you go look behind that fucking curtain, which I have now been in, the same people got their hand
Right.
in the wins. And that's not an accident.
Right. Because a lot of times, the person that's at Heartbeat, he was 11 other places before he got there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
He was
And
in
you won.
Disney.
Absolutely.
Then he was
HBO.
over HBO.
Shouts out to Brian Smiley.
And then he was over he was running Clear Channel.
Shouts out to Ty
Then he
Randolph,
left there and he was doing this and he was so
Jeff Clannigan,
it's all about elevation.
Leland Wigington.
Right. And even with them
Jeff Clannigan, I
and,
heard him.
and even with them is about opportunity. And elevation. So it's like, okay, the opportunity's great over here. Okay, now you got to pay me more than what they're paying me. Okay, I'm over here. I'm in. You want me to bring my greatness to your organization, then you got to pay me good.
Absolutely.
You got to pay me more than what they paying me, and I got to believe in what you doing.
And those are the tough conversations too. For me, those are the tough conversations because everybody, it's always going to boil down to money, and there's always a want for more money. And when you have those conversations, when you're coming from or jumping ship, and you got people that are coming to be a part of this thing that you want to work so bad, the investment in is what is, it's necessary. Like, nobody wants to give up money. Nobody wants to continue to have to pay these salaries that are crazy. But when you look at the rhyme and reason behind them, I worked here for said years and look at what I did. If I go here and I'm leaving this, I need. And people's demands are sometimes justified when you got the receipts.
Right.
Yep.
When you got the receipts.
Right.
You can't, there is no argument. So
Right.
I invest in people more than I think I invest in myself at this point. Like, my biggest investments are in other personnel.
Yeah, because your biggest probably money maker when it's all said and done is going to be the shit that you own.
No shit. But it comes with the help of the visionaries of those that are underneath the umbrella.
Absolutely.
Right? Like and that's what you gotta lose the I and understand that there has to be a we. Like, it can't be I.
Absolutely.
It's the we effect of it. So what we're doing is special. I think that we are in a very amazing position right now because the opportunity that Heartbeat, Spring Hill, Hello Sunshine, we all embarked on was one that confused the business a little bit. It's like, well, how did they go about
That's
why?
major.
Yeah, like what? How? We were the only
Spring
three.
Hill, Hello Sunshine. That's Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, it's Reese Witherspoon.
That's LeBron and
LeBron's
them.
it, yeah.
And Kevin Hart. What?
Yeah, we're the only ones.
They
that
don't.
were
I don't
able.
think people understand what that is.
And I believe it shouts out to Westbrook. That's Will's company. I believe
That's like a
they're
four-head
doing
dragon.
this. That's you.
That's
have
crazy.
There are no others that have done or that are doing. So the positioning and getting yourself into a space to act like a studio, use real money to be able to develop. It was one that was frowned upon for a minute. So you're in a unique position of few to do some amazing stuff that hasn't been done is groundbreaking to where you can make a decision to eventually have this name in the sky. You choose that. Or are you scaling to do what, when, how, and grow and partner and evolve? There's so much that can happen at that point.
People, these big, they dying to partner with y'all and just be your
Right,
partners.
we're in a
But
very
y'all
good
just
place.
put you fucking Reese Witherspoon, Kevin Hart, LeBron James.
Very good place, man. Reese is doing extremely well.
It's fucking crazy.
I know Spring Hill is doing great things. Shouts out to Brian, man.
Yeah.
Like
Maverick and them.
I told you, I come from a place of I want to see other people win. I want to see it done right. I don't believe that there's shown to be one. I don't come from that school of there's
That's exactly how
trying
I
to be
am.
great. And that's it.
And that's why I watch
Like,
these
there's enough room for
videos
us
to
all.
get knowledge.
Everybody can win.
Absolutely.
Everybody can win.
Be able to help others. Alright, YouTube, that is gonna be it for this reaction, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned some $1 million worth of game. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. I'm gone.